right, today we're going to talk a little bit about customary conversion. And a lot of this you're going to remember, some of this you might not know the numbers to. And you can always kind of have this out if you need to use to refer to this. I'm not asking that you have to memorize all of this. Kind of have it where if you things that you don't know, you may want to write down on a sheet of paper to use when you're doing some of your conversion. But I'm going to kind of go over this. And some of this is really easy, and I've kind of included some of the abbreviations to help you. For example, 1 foot is 12 inches. And the abbreviation for foot, I've been trying to write the abbreviations above it. So foot is FT, inches is IN. 3 feet equals 1 yard. 4 quarts equals 1 gallon. Notice the abbreviation for quart is QT and the abbreviation for gallon is GAL. 1 pint is 2 cups. PT is for pint. C is for cups. 8 pints equals 1 gallon. 1 mile is 5,280 feet. 1 mile is 1,760 yards. 1 cup is 8 ounces. A ton is 2,000 pounds. And notice pounds, the abbreviation is LBS. 60 minutes is 1 hour and 1 minute is 60 seconds. So kind of, if you want to write this down on a sheet of paper, you may need to refer to it when you go to do some of the quizzes. But I just kind of wanted to include it here for your reference. Now, when we do conversion, this right here that I'm going to highlight in a bright yellow box. If you're converting and you're starting with a big unit and you're going to a small unit, you're going to need to multiply. If you're starting with a small unit and you're going to a big unit, the math operation is division. Now, I'm going to show that, but I wanted to kind of spell that out because we're going to talk about that in each example. All right, example 1, we're going to convert 36 inches equals how many feet? Well, if I'm comparing inches to feet, an inch, 1 inch is smaller than 1 foot. So 1 inch is smaller than 1 foot. So I'm going from small to big. And my operation for small to big is division. Now, when I'm comparing inches to feet, what do I know? Well, I know that 1 foot equals 12 inches. And I know I'm going to use division. So it's going to be 12 into 36. 12 goes into 36 3 times. So in 36 inches, I have 3 feet. Okay, example 2. 11 yards equals how many feet? Well, if I'm comparing 1 yard to 1 foot, a yard is bigger than a foot, so I'm going big to small. And remember up here, I talked about when you went from big to small, the math operation is multiply. So I'm going to put me a little star there because that's going to help me remember I need to multiply. Now, what do I know about comparing a yard to a foot? Well, I know that there are 3 feet is equal to 1 yard. My math operation is multiply. So I'm going to take 11 times 3 and I get 33. So if I have 11 yards, I have 33 feet. All right, example 3, comparing this time feet to yards. Well, a foot is 1 foot is smaller than 1 yard. So I'm going small to big, which means I'm going to divide. I know that there are 3 feet in 1 yard. So 3 divides into 15 5 times. So 15 feet is the same thing as 5 yards. All right, this time I'm going from feet to inches. So 1 foot is bigger than 1 inch. Well, what do I know? So I know if I'm going from big to small, which means I'm going to multiply. 1 foot equals 12 inches. So I'm going to multiply the 12 times the 16. Come off to the side. That's 12 and 7, 2 and 1. So would be 192 inches. Example 5. A quart to a pint. Well, 1 quart is bigger than 1 pint. So I'm going big to small. Remember up here, all the way back up here, if I'm going big to small, I'm going to multiply. So let me scroll back down. So my math operation is multiply. Quarts to pints. Now when you're comparing quarts to pints, 1 quart is equal to 2 pints. So my math operation is multiply. So I'm going to multiply 3 times 2. So if I have 3 quarts, I have 6 pints. So remember, you want to be able to keep this information that's in the blue cloud handy if you need it during your quizzes. Remember, if you're going big to small, you multiply. If you're going small to big, you divide.